MSNBC host Allison Morris uses the N-word while discussing the death of Kobe Bryant.
Doors closing.
The kind of star that was perfectly cast on the Los Angeles Lakers. Kavita, if I could ask you to stay with us, we're going to go to Bill Rhoden. He's joining me by phone. That's Bill Rhoden of ESPN's The Undefeated.
¿Qué pasó, Lucho? ¿Qué sucede? Joseph, mijo. No, estoy jugando. ¡Fue un accidente!
So this one right here comes with a heavy heart. And before I get to it, I just want to say that I send my condolences, regards, and prayers to Kobe Bryant's family. Everybody that was involved with Kobe Bryant in some capacity or another, because he impacted us all, man. And you know, sometimes things happen and they stop the whole world from moving. And this is one of those things, because Kobe Bryant inspired us in so many different ways. And over the 20-year career that he had, you know, even the subsequent years, he built himself a brand that signified diligence, hard work, no excuses, just outright being a dog. Kobe Bryant became a verb as opposed to being a noun, you know. And this is why I try to always explain to people, man, you think you having a bad day until you got to hear about somebody else's day. And it sucks that I even have to talk about what we're about to have to talk about in the wake of us losing such a prominent figure who inspired us all. I mean, this is something that we should be gathering around each other and appreciating one another. But still, of course, you know, people always find a way to make it about being divided, and it's sad. So it happened on MSNBC today, where the lady was reporting about the Kobe Bryant crash, and she was about to throw to one of her guests on the show, and she was trying to say the word Lakers, and she said what I believe the lady said, Nakers, N-A-K-E-R-S. I can see where people are thinking that they heard the word niggers, because at first, when I first heard it, I was like, dang. But you just listen to the video. See, this is what I don't understand, and this is what got me so bothered. And I'm sorry I'm not as scripted as usual, but this is something I'm very passionate about, because compassion is no longer a thing in America. It's been out the window, and we don't have any objective thought whatsoever. Either a person is a cool white person or a person is a racist with black people. There is no in between. There is no, oh man, this person came through for me, or that's just a good person, or there is no situation like if a black person don't agree with a white person, there's hardly any ever, well, you know, maybe that person was just having a bad day, or maybe he came off disrespectful because, you know, his wife left for him, or what. I mean, there is no objective thought. It's either you're racist or you're a good white person, you're cool. And this whole myth that black people can't be racist, you know, and that's just kind of what I want to deal with, because, you know, I'm listening to the video, and I heard the lady say Nakers. When I gave it a second and third and fourth listen, I'm like, there's no way a person who has spent X amount of years to get in the position that they are are going to throw it away, regardless of if they're racist or not. They're a person that's done all of these things to get to where they are. This is their job, their livelihood, how they provide for their families. I don't know if this lady has a family or not, but she provides for the things that she needs. There's no way you're going to throw all of that away in a blink of an eye because you're racist and you're trying to, what do people actually think? She was trying to be funny? Why would she take the time that was, which is we're reporting on, what could be argued as the most prominent figure in sports, by some accounts, not my personal belief, but some people would consider Kobe Bryant one of the most prominent figures in sports. Why would she take the passing of Kobe Bryant and let me give a shot to black people? Let me talk about those niggers right quick. Let me throw my whole career away and say the N-word on TV. And this is what I'm saying. We have as black people, we have just disregarded the whole notion of, but what if, or well, maybe. What if it was a mistake? Don't tell me with all of the smack talking we do in the black community that y'all have never said a word with a different first letter as you intended. And it came out funny and everybody talked about you and everybody laughed at you and we just laughed it off. But because she made the mistake to put an N where an L should be, and it came out Naker. I heard Nakers. Now that's what I heard, and I'm gonna tell you how I got to that. Because if you're on national TV, you're not about to throw your whole career away. And this is the point I'm trying to drive. We have to find a way to be able to assess the situation. I'm not trying to say that racism does not exist. I'm not trying to say that people aren't racist. But every situation is not racist, period. And what we see in here is the lynch mob mentality, because all of us are grieving. All of us are grieving over Kobe Bryant passing, okay? And we emotional. And the first chance we get, we want to see a white person's head roll. It's lynching. It's like modern day lynching. You know, just like when Emmett Till back in the day, so it was supposed that he whistled at a white woman. Later it came out in life that he never said anything to that white woman. And again, you know what? I'm glad I thought about this. And again, I'm sorry that this video is not as scripted as the rest of my videos. But I want you to look at the comparisons here, because let's take the Emmett Till situation for example. Now, this is not on the same level as what we're talking about with this MSNBC reporter, but figuratively speaking, it is though, and I'll show you how. Now, think about the climate with the Emmett Till situation, the racial climate. Every black man in America knew, boy, you better not whistle at no white woman. You stupid. Every black man knew that. There was like consensus. There was something that didn't even need to be talked about. Like, you don't put yourself in a situation where them white folks could twist your words around or twist your actions, because you ain't got to give them reason to do it. They want to do it already. So what's the chances of Emmett Till actually whistling at a white woman in a freaking store in the South? Even though he was from Chicago. Like, no, he was not stupid. And it came out later that the whole situation was just made up. The lady was lying. Now, fast forward that to now, because history always repeats itself, and in today's America, I'm seeing that white is the new nigger. White is the new black. Why would this lady, in the racial climate that we have, and everybody's trying to call everything racist, this whole cancel culture that we in, why would a white woman be on national TV reporting the death of a black prominent sports figure and say the N-word? And why am I the only person to even think about this? It doesn't make any sense. It's not practical. And this is what I'm saying. I'm trying to offer objective thought, and I'm trying to call on my black people to say, you know what? Let's really assess situations before we apply the R term to somebody. It's become irrational. It's impractical. I mean, and the worst part about it is, most of us know. Most of us know that that lady didn't say that on purpose. We just want to see a white head roll. We still just want to see a white head roll. That's what this is all about. It's the lynch mob mentality, because blacks are the vehement racists that they try to make white people out to be. Now, that's not to say that there is no white racists in this country or in this world. But blacks are as much, probably even more so, racist than whites. Because who's displaying their racism proud for everybody to see? Who uses the term cracker like it ain't nothing, or whitey like it ain't nothing? Who puts the president in their music videos and shoots him dead? Now, what if somebody did that to Barack Obama? This is racist. I mean, Extension had a whole video where he put a noose around a white baby's neck and ran the noose up. That's racism, man. If a white person used the term nigger, he's a racist, even if it's in a funny context. But a black person could use the term cracker freely, whitey freely. I mean, it's just a cancel culture. I'm sorry that, again, that this video is not as scripted as my other videos, but it's something that I'm passionate about, because there's no compassion anymore in America, especially among black people. And you even see it spill over as a black person. When you put forth that you don't agree with something they say, then you automatically become a coon. You must be a white person lover. You love white people. You putting your cape on for white people. No, I'm just assessing the situation objectively. I'm giving it rational thought. It's like I'm not just jumping on nothing. I mean, I think that's what life is about. Because you're not supposed to be. That right there is judging. That is the judgment that Jesus was talking about. When he said, when you offer that kind of judgment, you're gonna be met with the same type of judgment, because you're not offering any grace. And that's the problem that I have with the black church, because oftentimes these people are calling themselves Christian, but you're not offering any grace. What if the person made a mistake? What if they did? You know, and it's just sad, because we're talking about people's livelihood, and we taking a stand and say, you know what? I want that person gone. I want them killed. I mean, I want their career killed. And it's the same thing as back when they used to lynch us. When we used to make a mistake, they hated us so bad that we used to make any type of mistake, they would find a reason to cut our balls off, or hang us from a tree, or send us between two horses, or slaughter us in front of our families. It was the same thing, and we didn't have to give them a reason. But if we did give them a reason, they would take it even a step further. And it could even be a mistake. And it's the same type of situation that I'm seeing today in the social climate. The first time we see a person mess up or slip up, I mean, we want them gone. We want them gone. And I'm seeing us turn a blind eye to other situations. Joe Biden, for example. Joe Biden has been like the most outspoken, seemingly at least, racist of the past decade. And because he stood with Obama one time, black people don't hear him say anything racist. But I mean, he was against us in the 70s with segregation laws. He was against busing. I mean, it's just crazy. And you can tell that it's definitely bias and partiality. But ultimately, it's just hatred and racism. And it's disgusting. It's disgusting to see among my people. It's disgusting to see in America, especially at such a time. We need to be unified, because there's a deeper issue here, where they're trying to, they want to keep us divided so they can keep us conquered. That's what they want. So they apply racist innuendo to keep the temperature up. You keep the atmosphere right and ripe for division, so they can't come together and unify against a corrupt government. Because that's what it is. The true thing that is plaguing the people is not racism, it's classism. It's these elites who think they're better than us. They think they know better than us. They think they can tell us what to do, what to think, and they want to keep us divided. And that is the most prominent issue plaguing us, not racism. That's the last thing that's plaguing the people, is racism. But within our community as blacks, it is destroying us. No doubt about it. And the racism is coming from our side. Not just that side. It's definitely coming from our side. We're initiating it, and it's just disgusting. It's disgusting. It's disgusting to watch no one has compassion. You want people to have compassion on the black man, but you're not offering compassion. So you reap what you sow. You reap what you sow. The same energy you put out into this universe is what you gonna have returned. And trust me, if you're looking for racism, you can always find it. You can always find a reason to turn something into racism. You can always find a reason to turn something into racism. I mean, that's just a natural fact. And it just has to stop. I'm Isaiah Gates, and you've been watching The Subway Train, the modern Underground Railroad.
Doors closing.